All right, well, today I'm going to be repairing this old kayak that I have. So, let a friend borrow it, and they drug it along the riverbank and took the outer finish off. So, I got a fiberglass repair kit, and I'm going to try it out and see how it does. And, you know, hopefully, I'll give me some experience for when I do the Yukon Delta. So, I thought I'd start out with a small project before I did the big project. So let's see how this thing goes. I got to get the area I'm repairing cleaned up first. So again, I'm not a professional, and this isn't necessarily a how-to video. This is just how I'm doing it. So I think the fiberglass and the resin will stick better to it though if it's sanded a little bit. So I'm gonna hit it with a sander some, and that way it'll be a rougher area for the fiberglass to connect to. So not doing a whole lot, just a little bit of sanding. So we'll see how it goes. So again, I don't know if I should have done that or not, but it's a nice rough area now, and I think that'll help with the resin. So now I just gotta cut out some fiberglass matting, and alright, so I'm gonna put a little piece over the worst area of it first, and then I've got this other piece cut that I'm gonna put directly over it like that. So it should be 2 layers, should make it nice and strong. So I'm gonna go mix up the hardener and see how this works. This stuff smells pretty terrible. I put a little bit of the epoxy in this cup. I haven't put any hardener in yet. So there goes nothing. Says you have to use it pretty fast after initially pouring it in, so let's stir it up here. I'm going to put some just over it, that way it'll give the fiberglass something to stick to. Trying to go quick here. I'm not a real fast guy. Tend to move a little slow. So this is somewhat, I don't know, not necessarily challenging. It's just something I've been kind of dreading because I'm afraid I'm going to screw it up. But you know, you gotta go for it eventually. Every video I've seen, they just really saturate it in good. Might just be easier to pour some of it on here, honestly. Let's try that. Ah, so much. Hey, it's working though. I think I'm gonna need to mix up some more epoxy. This is really soaking it in good, which I guess that's what you want. It makes it hard and strong. had this kayak for a long time. I haven't really used it much. Mainly because like shortly after we got it, it was used. Say we, my brother and I got it. We let a friend borrow it, and then it, you know, never have gotten around to fixing it. Probably shouldn't let friends borrow your stuff. I think we all have to learn that lesson one way or the other, or at least depending on which friend borrows the stuff. I can already tell this stuff is starting to get hard. Definitely going to be a lot more to it with the Yukon Delta. It's just a lot bigger area. But the good thing about it though is it's pretty well a flat area, whereas this one's got a lot of curves to deal with. I'm already thinking, just looking at it, before I apply the second piece that I have cut, I think I'm gonna let this harden and then go back over it with a sander just to get the rough stuff. Because you can see a bunch of threads are, you know, not necessarily sticking down and taking it. Yeah, I see a whole bunch there. So taking sand, stuff like that off. And then put the other layer on top of it, and honestly I think this is going to work really well. We'll have to, the real true test will be just putting it in the pond and seeing if it works or not. See if we got any leaks. I've got more of this epoxy and it's just going to harden, so I'm just going to lay it on here generously. Hey, not bad at all. All right, I'm gonna let this dry, see what happens. Took a while for this to harden up, but it's like super sturdy. Honestly, I feel like just one layer on it would be plenty sufficient, but I went ahead and sanded some of the high spots down, and I'm gonna add a second layer of this stuff just so it's that much stronger. Because, you know, that way, it happened from dragging it, and sometimes when you're floating some creeks and rivers, that's just part of it. You have to drag your kayak some, so this will just reinforce it and make it that much stronger. So I've got my other piece ready. I had to go back to town because, for one, I didn't have paint thinner, lacquer thinner the last time, so I wasn't able to clean my brush, so I had to buy another brush, and I bought some lacquer thinner. So, you know, you live, you learn. So I'm gonna see if I have enough hardener to mix with this. If not, I've got another package here. Oh yeah, that'll be plenty. It don't take much. Stir that up real good. See if I can get any more of that out. I think it said it's just like one pea-sized amount of hardener for like 10 mils or something like that, but should be good. All right, guess I should have laid this out first, huh? Would have been helpful. And probably should have cut that first. See, this is what happens. I get freaked out and I forget and miss a step, and now it's like, oh no, this stuff's getting hard. Here we go. All right, just gotta let this dry, but darn, it looks pretty freaking good, I think. It's gonna be so strong. Again, I'm not one to care too much about looks. Like, I want it to function well, and I want it to be strong and not to leak. So we'll let that dry, and I bought some paint, so we'll make it kind of pretty, and we'll try it out and see how it goes. All right, so this turned out pretty good. It's hardened up, so I'm gonna spray a little rattle can paint on it. It won't be a perfect match, but considering it's just the bottom side of the back of the kayak, it ain't gotta be pretty. Looks like it's gonna take a few layers to get a nice pretty coverage there, but I think it's gonna work, guys. I think it will work. Well, it's getting kind of late at night, so it'll be dark soon, but tomorrow we'll take it out and give it a shot. See what it does out on the water. I'll see you then. All right, so today's the day. I've got it repaired and I'm at the pond. So let's hope I don't sink. I can swim if I do. It's all right. Nothing to worry about. We're good. It works. There's some water in there, but I don't know if it's from just my boots or not, so
there's a little turtle.
We'll paddle around for a little while and find out. All right, so a couple things. First of all, there's a ton of lily pads right here in this pond. But it seems to be doing all right. There is just a little bit of water back here. I think that's from just getting in and paddling. I don't have the best of paddles. I'm sure there's some tricks to the trade that I need to figure out, but it puts a whole bunch of water in the kayak every time I paddle, so I'll figure that out. Maybe some of y'all professionals can comment and tell me what you can do to keep that from happening. Maybe it's a technique, I don't know. But anyways, it's doing really well. I've even got the company of my daughter. She's enjoying the ride. What do you think about the kayak slash canoe?
I think it's doing pretty good, but I also feel like I'm traumatized by this. I don't know why.
Yeah?
I can barely swim, so being like this, even though I know it's really not that deep, it's just, I feel like very uncomfortable.
Hit the paddle. There's the bottom. It's about 1.5 feet deep right here. You think you'll manage?
Yes.
Not so traumatizing now?
Yeah, but there's still probably a bunch of critters.
There probably is some critters. Well, let's just not fall in the water. How about that? And my son is way over there. He's probably itching for his turn to go in the kayak. So I'll go let him have a turn. All right, Colby's turn. You ready, bud?
Yeah.
This is actually his first time in a canoe or kayak by himself. But he's a really good swimmer, and it's not a deep pond. I think the very deepest part's about 5 foot. I'm pretty happy with it. Pretty happy with the way it turned out. And there are definitely some advantages to having an open top, like one person canoe versus a kayak. If I go camping overnight, I'll be able to haul a lot of stuff in it. So anyways, I guess that's it for now. This video is kind of a short and sweet, but there's not really a whole lot to it, but it did give me a lot of good practice. I feel quite a bit more confident on tackling the fiberglass on the Yukon, so it's good to start with a smaller project and work my way up. So anyways, until next time, see you later, and don't forget to like and subscribe and comment any suggestions, anything else. It helps out and it's always encouraging. So thanks, have a good one.